Let's go crackers. Hello, welcome everyone. Okay, you've been following me for a while. I know you've seen crackers before and I've made lots of different ones. I am going back to one of my all-time favorites, and guess what? I actually follow a recipe. I do not vary this one. I know, who am I? But it is a fantastic recipe to start you on your cracker road or your cracker development. So along the way, I'm going to give you lots of hints and tips on different ways to do different shapes and to get different results. So I'm off to a demo this evening and we're making my signature champagne cocktail. The only way you can ever get this recipe is by having an in-person demo with moi. Okay, if you're lucky enough to live close enough. Anyway, so what else is on the menu? We're doing risotto and herb and garlic dip. So I'm making the crackers because we've got some grain-free and gluten-free people coming along. So I'm going to flip you about and we will get cracking. Oh, excuse the pun. All right, so I have saved this to my week. And they are called falafel crackers. Now, funny enough, there is not a chickpea to be seen. So people think of chickpeas, falafels with chickpeas, which is kind of true, but I think this comes from the flavor. Now, this is a Jo Whitten recipe on Cookie Dough, and it is fabulous. It's in her little collection. So I've got all of my ingredients organized here. So let's get going, okay? So start cooking. So preheat the oven. I am actually using my traditional oven because my air fryer is right behind here, and yeah, I just wanted to do it this way today. So, and I haven't used my oven for a little while. I've got my baking paper and stuff here, and I'll show you that in a couple of moments. Set aside, and we're going to do a clove of garlic, which I have not peeled. So now look, you can vary this recipe. You don't like garlic, don't use garlic. If you're FODMAP or whatever, you can actually use garlic oil instead of garlic. But I do like a bit of real garlic, and I should have peeled it first. Anyway, I do use that really nice organic garlic. So insert the measuring cup and we shall chop away. So now I can't see any comments that are popping up because I'm actually in front of the phone now. So hopefully this is set up well. Next, scrape down. Oh, scrape down, schmake down. Okay, I'm not really following the recipe, am I? Because I'm not doing as it says. Now there was a couple of little bits of what I call paper. So I'll just pull those out, just a couple of bits of paper. But you know, organic garlic, it won't matter if that's in there. All right, so the next part is my chia seeds. So I actually have some white chia seeds here today. Now I've spoken to you before, I am sure, about this -1. I don't, look, just by touching it, blowing on the Thermomix, those scales are super sensitive, so don't stress out if it does say -1. So 20 grams. Now the chia seeds are really important in this recipe because they gelatinize, and that's what helps bind them together. Now the next bit is sunflower seeds, pepitas, sesame seeds and flax seeds. So if you've been following me for a while, I used to buy a packet of seeds that has all of those in different varying proportions, but I now just mix all my seeds, all those 4 seeds together. So okay, so I'm going to put in 200 because I had 50 of each of those, so I need 200 grams of seeds. So who has seen me make these crackers before? Give me a thumbs up if you've seen me make them before. If this is your first time, right, first time, because I can send you some hints and tips later on around making crackers. Okay, some cumin seeds. Again, I am following the recipe, but I'm fairly generous with mine. I don't do the half a teaspoon. And a little bit of turmeric. So I've got my spoon out before, so I'm not going to dirty another spoon, so a little bit of extra turmeric won't hurt. And oregano, and again I'm going to use my beautiful Italian herbs. I really love this mix. I think it's the Hoyt's brand, but there's nothing else but herbs. There's no salt, there's no added anything. So yeah, I just really like it. It's a really nice mix. Okay, I have sometimes put chili flakes in these if I've wanted to for myself, but when I do them for a demo, I don't bother. Okay. The other thing is salt is really important. I think salt is a bit like eggs and potato or chips need salt, and so do these crackers. Okay, next, just 20 seconds. Okay, so that mills that down into a flour essentially. It's just a seed flour. These crackers are fantastic. If anyone is at a school that is nut free, you can use these crackers because there's no nuts, not like me. Okay, so scrape down, tapping on the inside as we all know. 35 mils of water. Now this is such an interesting recipe. There's so little in it, just a little bit, okay, a tiny bit of extra water and a little splash of olive oil. So those seeds, by milling those seeds down like that, it actually creates its own oil, so you don't need an awful lot. And next, and just speed 4, good old magic speed. Now this is where my hints and tips are going to come into play, okay? Now remember, I can't see you, so I'm on this side of the camera. Bread mat, if you do not have one of these, don't stress, but if you want one, have a demo. We can do a virtual demo, we can do an in-person demo. Okay, I'm going to take my rings off, or my 2 easily take off rings, the bigger ones. Okay, transfer your dough onto the silicone mat. What I am going to do is, so that's what it looks like, all crumbled together. Now this is a bit like doing your bread dough. Tip your bowl upside down and twiddle your knob, or you can actually release the blade that way, and there's a wee bit stuck in there like that, but that will be easy to get out with the spatula. I actually really love these spatulas. You can get them in, I think you can get them only in grey and red now, but they are on the mix shop and they're about 10 bucks. So next time you're doing a mix shop order, throw one of these in, because they're really, really handy because they've got that super long handle. And I know even though the new spatula is flexible, this is really handy for certain things. Okay, so we're going to take all of that off there. And the same tip I do with bread, I do here. So I bring this all together. So really, it doesn't matter if you haven't really washed your hands, because you're not actually going to touch very much. And this is actually quite important to get that mixture all together so that it is nice and like a dough really, and it actually helps bring all of that oil together. Okay, now I'm actually going to do this in 3 batches because I want to show you 3 separate techniques on doing these crackers. So one of the quickest, easiest, and the other thing I wanted to show you are a couple of my favorite things. So I've got the rose gold tray with the liner. So my rose gold tray is about 3 years old, I think, so it's been well loved. but you can pop these on the inside. I also, my second, or probably my first love now, is the new silicone tray. I love this tray. So, and my last one I'm going to do just on my old faithful, really, really old tray, just a flat tray. So just a few ideas. Normally this would make 2 batches, but I'm going to spread it into 3 because I'm going to give you some hints and tips. Okay, get that out the way. So you need baking paper. Okay, get a second piece and roll it out. Now, you don't have to roll like bread dough normally, but you can actually kind of push it out. I'm actually just going to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. Yes, you can. Now, secret to this is getting the correct thickness. Too thick, they're not going to crack. Too thin, they're going to burn. So it is a bit of a feel thing, and you know, seriously, it is a little bit of practice, I suppose. Okay, you do get used to feeling. So I'll show you if I can. Now, see, this is really thin just here. So what I can do is fold that over, and that will make it thicker. So if your ends do go a wee bit thin, the more even your pastry, as you were, or your dough, or whatever you want to call it, the more even cooking you're going to get. Okay, so this is just one of my tips. All right, so, and I love working with grain-free stuff because it's actually really forgiving. Okay, first tip with this one, use a pizza cutter. So whether you've got a wheelie one or one of these, so you just cut like that, and that's your first batch done. So I'm going to pop that onto this tray. So this, you can tell this is 100 years old, good old faithful, and slip it on just like that. And I'll pop that into the oven. Okay, pop that into the oven. These do not take long to cook. I think they actually say to cook, it says to cook for, oh, come on, come on. La, 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 la. 25 minutes. No. Go by your nose and go, yeah, basically go by your nose, okay? Because seriously, I would definitely, oh, the other one I'm going to do on my reusable baking paper. Please do not bake them for 25 minutes. They will burn, okay? Sometimes I wonder who tests these recipes. If your oven takes 20 minutes, I'm just going to turn, yeah, I've actually only got my oven on 160, okay? So, any comments you guys are making, I promise I will go back through and read every comment and comment where necessary, if you need or want me to. So that's why I thought I'd actually do a recipe that is on Cookie Dough. 25 minutes, it says 180, go to 160. Lower and slower is the name of the game, because if you burn the seeds, they'll go really bitter. Excellent, look at that. So just going to fold that one over. So this is really thin just here, so I'm going to fold that over. So just have a practice with them, okay? Because you can't go far wrong, okay? Promise you, I promise, promise. Okay, my next little tip for making crackers, if you want to be what I call dead posh, is, and everyone's going to think you're dead clever, you can tell I'm English sometimes, can't you? The good old Tupperware, little circle thing. Okay, just go round. Oh, that wasn't supposed to do that. Oh, that one can stay like that now. Now, the thing with these ones, you get what I call dodgy bits. So by breaking that, you don't take it apart, just do that. So in between, you're going to get some little dodgy bits. They're mine. Okay, so I'll take all these perfect little circles to my demo, and the bits in between will just be my little bits later on. Okay, so again, all you need to do is slip that up and over, and that's ready to go. And thirdly, my pièce de résistance. I absolutely love, I'm going to use this, even though it's got circles on it. I meant to do the other one with circles, doesn't matter. So very little waste on my baking paper. My favourite little gadget. Now this is why I sort of thought I'd show you this. So you can do these things with what you've got in your cupboard or in your drawer or whatever, wherever you keep your little bits and pieces. But I love this next little thing I'm going to show you. Just make sure that that is, now this is harder to fold over this way, so I'll flip, that's really thin just there. And you can come over here. So you can actually push it around and make it however you like. Flip that over, push it in. And that's a bit thin there, so we need to just thicken that up. So as I said before, it's about getting a nice even thickness and getting it to blend together like that. And then these ones, I'm going to use my cracker cutter. Yeah, this is really fun, so really great. Again, this is, people are going to think you're dead posh when you do these really lovely crackers, but they won't know that you've got this little gadget. And the great thing, it actually puts wee little holes around everywhere. Pop that there. So you could do heaps and heaps of crackers like that. That's going to go on my tray. I've only got 2 shelves in my oven, so I'll take out those first ones if they're ready. Oh, look at that. You know what, this just proves to you, they actually do need just a wee bit longer because you want them to go crackery, but you can see how they're not far off being done. Anyway, what else can I tell you? What else can I tell you? Go crackers! I have a cracker collection on Cookie Doo. Excuse me. My cracker collection, actually I'll turn you around so you can actually see it. So my cracker collection in my recipes, created collections. Oh, look at this, 1, cracking crackers. I've got 23 different recipes and I haven't added anything to these lately. These crunchy rice crackers are fantastic. They are gluten-free. Most of these are gluten-free actually. Fennel caraway, they're not gluten-free, but the rye you can swap for other things. My other favourite, obviously some of you may or may not have seen my FUD crackers, which are my own little variation. Do not ever bother with them, okay? The seeded tahini crackers, don't work. Goodness knows why sun-dried tomato, oh, it says with crackers. Is there a cracker recipe on there? Let's see, hummus, come back down. Oh, quinoa and spelt crackers. There you go. So, lots of choices. So go crackers, get going. Please, if you are wanting to join my healthy eating group, just put a thumbs up or ask, please join, or just let me know and I'll send you a link to my healthy eating page, a group. There is also in that group, you can actually find it across the top of this page. So here to support, inspire and excite. Okay, as you can tell, I'm a little bit, I haven't even had a coffee. Yeah, so I did have a coffee this morning. It's because I haven't even had a coffee. Anyway, I'm gonna go, so I'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, and maybe wait 1 second. I might actually just see if these crackers are ready. They're ready, just wait. Ooh, it's gonna be hard. Don't know if you can see this. I will need, actually it'd be easier if I tip this down, won't it? So that's those crackers already done. So there's nowhere near 25 minutes, okay? Now you can just flip them, see how I just flip them and they just fall apart. So there you go, gone crackers. I won't probably see you tomorrow. I'll probably see you Sunday, Monday, who knows? I'll just pop up. See you later, bye.